might bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi guys, welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Ranch. My name is Mike.
I'm Erin.
And tonight we're talking about how we're turning against cows and now blaming them for everything in the entire world. Have you seen the new Burger King ad?
Yeah, we watched.
Oh my God, it ticks me off.
We watched it together.
You did watch it with me. And there's a new ad out from Burger King where now Burger King, who's made $1 bazillion from beef and cows, literally bazillions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And now they're blaming cows for global warming or whatever.
Yeah, so they're feeding cows a special diet with lemongrass, and it's supposed to reduce their carbon emissions by 30%. But cows only account for 2% of the carbon emissions, so...
Yeah, it's easy to jump on and blame cows for things, especially when all they have those big dumb eyes and can look at you and be like, really not our fault. I mean,
there used to be a bazillion buffalo that were like just wandering around out here. And,
right.
You know, as we could see during coronavirus, when all the cars stayed home, air quality
emissions
improved.
went down very fast. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Rod likes your shirt. This shirt is actually available on our website. We're not selling anything here, but it is on our website. Yeah. I get asked pretty much every shirt that I wear at this point. I'll get an email that says, my husband loves that shirt, or I have to have that shirt. Where did you get that shirt? 9 times out of 10, it's Amazon, really.
Yeah, that's an Amazon
This
shirt.
is an Amazon shirt.
It's either our website or Amazon.
Yeah. JB Weld, $5 super chat. Call Burger King and ask them to subside lemongrass hay, play them at their own game. Honestly, I don't know how many, somebody could look this up, but I don't know if Burger King owns any cows.
And that was your
That was my first thing I said. I was like, how is Burger King going to feed lemongrass? They don't own any cows.
Yeah, and they didn't talk about, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't talk about like working with ranchers or feedlots or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, also, during coronavirus, because of the slaughterhouse shutdowns that we all went through, the processing plants, when they closed down, most of that 2% of carbon emissions that comes from cattle, most of it comes from cows on feed. So in your feedlots, the cows that are on grain. During shutdowns, there was more cattle on feed. So emissions went up, but air quality worldwide improved. So
I didn't know about that. Where did you find that?
I don't know. I read stuff.
You do read. Good for you. Speaking of reading, coming up tonight, we have a brand new segment on the way. It's called Mike Reads. We'll get a chance to share that with you. Also, we're going to take a look at how we finished up the stage and how the stage, not really the stage didn't lead to this, but it's kind of ironic that we built a stage this week and then our cat.
Our Bengalator always wants to know where the jackalope is at.
You know what? Here we go. Let me turn this camera that way, and then we'll have the half me and mostly you and the jackalope camera. How about that?
And our pile of art and stuff that didn't get put away from last week.
Well, yeah, imagine that. Okay, there we go. So now you can see the jackalope, you can see you, and you can see me, and then I can always cut away from it if I want to. Why does that take so long to cut? There we go. All right. So anyway, coming up today, we've got a new segment called Mike Reads. But I was talking about the...
I don't think they were being facetious. I think that Burger King was actually serious.
They spent a lot of money on that ad, I'll tell you that much. I finished the stage, but you know how they say, break a leg when you go on the stage? We literally had a cat break a leg this week as well. We're going to talk about that coming up. And apparently we're going to talk more about Burger King because it's just, I don't remember the last time I ate at Burger King, but after the Impossible Burger, and now this, and I don't know if I should really say anything about this, in a regular video, it's kind of weird, but the fact that I don't think Burger King owns cows. Now, there are programs that you can get in with, Whole Foods is a big one. Whole Foods will come to ranchers and say, hey, we'll buy your cattle, but you have to give them this much food, these supplements, this much cake every day. You have to do these vaccines at branding time. And when we come pick up these calves, they better weigh 600 pounds or we're going to penalize you. And we're still going to take them, but we're going to penalize you for that. So there are programs like that, and Burger King could team with ranchers and get into this type of thing.
And they could be working with feedlots and stuff.
Right.
That's a real possibility. There's just not a lot of transparency in that ad.
There's zero transparency in that, except for a bunch of kids running around talking about cow farts.
Yeah, and It is what it is. It's Burger King. I don't know. It's very low on my.
And they still serve beef.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Is like you wonder like what percentage of their beef that they're now using is being fed the special diet. It could be 0.1%, but they could be like, hey, we're feeding cows a special diet that reduces emissions.
I don't have any 7-Up, so I'm using water.
It's like, what are you doing?
I have a glass of water. The kids drank all my 7-Up.
Oh, because you like 7-Up.
So I'm stuck with water, and I realized that about 3 minutes before it was time to go on. So there's a 2-liter 7-Up down in the shop that I probably could have made it down and got, but I didn't make it that far. So anyway. Oh, that's not bad. Jerry Brown started that BS about cow farts. Why do I know that name? You know, Jerry Brown
and they do produce methane. They burp, they fart. Like
so do I.
Yeah, but I mean, the cow's a lot larger.
I don't know. I have some pretty rough days. I don't know.
And then I wonder. Okay, question: How much? What's the carbon what's the carbon footprint of farming lemongrass versus grains?
Oh, well, that doesn't look good in a commercial, though.
I'm just saying, everything. There's another question to
There's
to
always
all
another
of this,
question.
So.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Thank you, Brandon. $5 to buy Mike some 7-Up.
I can buy 7-Up. I just have to be on the ball at least 10 minutes before we go live. Actually, I came in at like 4, and I started working on some stuff and getting some videos done for tonight's show and all that kind of stuff. But still, we shifted the time for the live stream from 6 to 7, thinking that would give us more time to get ready for it. And all it really has done is made us work an hour longer before live stream.
It's not helping.
we need somebody to follow us around and just like smack us on the hand with a ruler or something every time we forget what time it is, or
I mean, I know
poor
what
time
time
management.
it is, but like I'm just like, you just want to get that one last thing done.
The one last row of corn.
Yeah, I didn't get it done.
You didn't get it done. I helped though.
You did help.
I did help.
My Kate's pulling weeds, and he helped me pull weeds a little bit today.
I don't mind pulling weeds as long as they're not like, if they're this big, they drive me crazy.
I love pulling them when they're that little.
I don't know why. That is like,
because they die before they take over.
But when they're big, they're so much easier.
And
they're so much easier to pull. You just grab a bundle, you pull them out, right?
You're gonna shake all the dirt off.
When they're this big, it's like, it's so tedious.
Oh, I love it.
It's like I need tweezers to pull weeds. You know, one weed, and then it takes 8 years to fill up a bucket.
Well, you don't even, when they're really small, you don't need a bucket because they dry out. You just throw them in the walkway and they dry out.
Really?
Yeah. If they're this tight.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a weedologist. All right. The other thing we need is a
Google
personal.
does not find any Burger King connection to cattle, just FYI, yes.
Hey, Google doesn't know.
I have questions.
So what is Burger King selling as beef?
Did the pigs get out today?
Did the pigs get out today? I'm trying to remember. No.
I didn't put them in today.
No, I have not seen them get out today. We do have that one runt pig that does manage to get out occasionally just because he's still small enough to squeak in between the cattle panels or the pig panels, but it's really not that big of a deal. I've gotten tons of, by the way, speaking of which, last week we talked about how much we were annoyed by comments and stuff like that. Thank you guys for jumping on some people's crap. It was awesome. I loved it. The first few days it was better because everybody was really up and ready for it, and it kind of died down. But
I think one of the favorite responses was somebody asked if we made enough money to pay for the farm store building yet.
Yeah.
And somebody responded, I don't remember who, not a good question.
Yeah, that is not a good question. I thought that was awesome.
Exactly. That's when we've made videos discussing finances and stuff, and we don't shy away from those topics, but we weren't. You were just running the farm store because I was busy.
I wasn't talking about how much it makes or anything.
I was working my other job, and so I was like, that's not the appropriate question during that video,
right?
And it's just like not appropriate.
No, there were some good ones this week as well. We had obviously building the stage, and if you read some of the comments, like I'm pretty sure that 50% of the people thought that thing would not fit out of the door, and there was actually one comment where somebody said. I can't wait to laugh and say I told you so when you can't pull that thing out the door. And I'm like, first of all, I don't have to film it if I look like a complete idiot and put it on the internet. I don't have to do that. But it does fit out the door. That's something we check, obviously before we start building. The deck of the trailer is 2.5 feet off the ground. I put another 7.5 feet on top of that. The door is a 12-foot door, so you can do the math if you'd like. But it does fit out the door, oddly enough, amazingly enough. So now I'm going to have to make a video of actually pulling it out of the door just to prove to people that it fits out the door without having to take air out of the tires. I had all kinds of people telling me, take air out of the tires, or put it all the way down on the rim so you can get it out of there, because you're never going to get out that door. And it's like angles, camera angles,
I wondered and changed the angle, and then it was clear it would fit out the door. We have super chat.
Sorry about that. I was venting. All right. From JB, well, little known fact, the natives created the tall grass prairie with constant fires to develop buffalo habitat. Naturally, most of the eastern prairie would be woodland. Really? 30 to 90 million bison farted across the prairies for 10 years. Hey, fund.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, JB Weld. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the bison didn't have to compete with the 400 horsepower RV that's going down the road.
Modern day society obviously creates more emissions, but I think there's this comparable numbers of previous bison numbers to current cattle numbers. And
oh,
stuff.
Really? Well, that makes sense.
I don't know. I think I read that somewhere. But we've created cattle. They're domesticated animals that have been, modern day cow looks the way it does through years and years, centuries of breeding and stuff. And so we created them. But there is an animal that came before that was very similar. And what do you think a dinosaur fart was like?
Oh my gosh, yeah. That could be why the dinosaurs actually went extinct, is one of them just had really bad gas. Stunk the rest of them out. No. Anyway, the whole Burger King.
My thing is that, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
No,
to
go
interrupt
ahead.
you.
No, feel free.
We are making more carbon emissions than the cows are. So.
Yeah, but they don't have thumbs. So if they could build a car, they'd probably do it too. The interesting thing about the Burger King thing is the fact that it's a political thing at this point. They are, as JB Weld would say, they are woke. They know what's up. They know what's the hot topics and what are the triggers that you can put in front of people and say, hey, I'm doing something. I'm making magic. When really, I mean, if you had a I don't want to say if you had a brain, but if you thought about it, you would say, okay, well, Burger King's still making burgers.
Yeah, it's very confusing to me.
So like they're going out and saying that cows are bad or cow farts are bad, but we're still making burgers. We're basically going to give them a gas X, which will fix the whole world, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Dan Wickersham says the ruminant numbers are fairly comparable. Not only herds of bison, but the elk was also a prairie dweller until settlers came west. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's something else to pat yourself on the back. There's a bunch of executives right now at Burger King who are patting themselves on the back, and they say not only are we having that Impossible Burger that rancher in Wyoming doesn't like, but we also are now reducing cow farts.
Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, next it'll be Pfizer, and they'll say, hey, we're developing gas X for cows that we're going to mix it in with their feed, and that'll reduce emissions as well. When we could just stay home one day out of the week, and probably reduce emissions just as much.
Yeah.
I mean, if they made a solar 1-ton pickup that could actually do anything, I might think about driving it. I mean, whatever, or electric or whatever. But until then.
Where's that electricity come from, though?
Ooh, where does electricity come from? Well, the sun and the stars and the wind and the water, magically. Because cows fart methane, the wind, the water, the sun, they all poop electricity. And that's how that works. Yeah. Yeah, it's publicity. That's all it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we were talking about, I'm going to not make you guys wait too much longer for this. We have a cat that's named Kittler that some of you guys have met. Kittler is named because she has a little Hitler mustache, so she became Kittler, which is totally inappropriate at the time. And if we knew that we'd be on the internet by then, we probably would have not called her that name.
Can you say that on the internet?
Well, we just did, or I did anyway, and we'll see if we're still monetized after.
Do you guys get offended by the name Kittler?
I said it once in a video, and I remember it was a video I was standing by the trampoline, and she came up and kind of came up to me, and I said, "Hi, Kittler," and then somebody commented, and I got a nasty email that was like, "I cannot believe you named your cat Hitler." And I said, "I didn't name the cat Hitler." Kittler.
With a K.
But anyway.
She has a stash. You have some super chats that we should do.
You're here too, by the way.
I know, but I don't have the
All right. $5 super chat from JB Weld. Invent a Gas X cake mixture. Billionaire status.
Millionaire, not billionaire.
Oh, millionaire. Well, yeah.
Send me 10%, whoever makes it and sells it to the USDA. Okay, yeah, let's all collaborate on that.
Yeah, let's do that. And Christy Dunham, $25 super chat. They're there for a whole week and didn't smell one cow fart. They were here for a week. The Dunhams came and visited. They stayed in the Airbnb, the farmhouse across the road. They left us a very nice review on Airbnb,
thank you.
which was very nice of them. They didn't have to do that, and they stayed out of our way.
They had to do that. They had to leave a good review.
They don't have to do anything, really. But honestly, like, we didn't really see them that much. I would go over and visit them every day, or try to. They came over, they saw the cows, they did the tour thing with the basically what the Harvest Host people get to do.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun, and it is cool to have subscribers on the ranch. I do like that. That's fun. So. And
people say that the Kittler's cute.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought it was cute too. Whatever. Anyway, so Kittler, yes, it was the day before yesterday?
Friday night.
Friday night. So that would have been the day before yesterday. The kids decided that we were gonna camp out in the yard. So we borrowed a tent from our neighbor Gary.
Yeah. Some backstory on Kittler. She's like 4 or 5 years old.
Oh yeah, she's a cat.
She's always been super friendly. She's the black and white cat that shows up in a lot of videos. Always been really friendly. Last summer, she started coming into the yard pretty much every afternoon, and she'd sit on the sidewalk, and the kids would go out and play with her and give her treats and pet her. And she started sitting, when it got cold out, she'd just sit at the door. Mm-hmm. And Grace loves her, and she was always the type of cat that the kids could do whatever with, and she just loved the attention. So she weaseled her way into the house last winter.
Weaseled.
And she kind of she was like an indoor-outdoor for a while, and then it got cold, and she literally camped out in our bathroom. She had her bed, and she had her food in a litter box, and she didn't go anywhere for like 6 months.
Yeah, she didn't even leave the bathroom.
Half the time, no. And then when it got nice out, like, I think I started like throwing her out. I was like, you're gonna go outside a little bit. And her visits away from home got longer. And she, like, last summer she did this too. She disappeared for like 6 weeks. We didn't see her. She'd been gone for about 2 weeks. Every day I was like, have you seen Kittler? And I kept telling her, like, you need to, when she'd come back after just like a few days before her treks got longer, I was like, you need to come back every couple days and check in.
She does. She yells at the cat.
And so she'd been gone for about 2 weeks. She showed up Friday night.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, the kids and I are getting settled into our little tent.
I was outside there with you.
You were, yeah, you were out there. And here comes Kittler walking up, and with a very obvious broken leg.
I was like, Kittler's back, yay, Kittler. And I was like, and she's limping.
Yeah. So our first thought was that maybe she got hit on the highway, but she did not. She.
Because she goes across the road. That's where she's. For the most part, when we've seen her, or like I see her across the highway and stuff, she's in the barn across the road.
Yeah. So the thought is that she must have fallen or something like that and landed wrong, broke her leg anyway. So she stayed that night in the house with you. I slept in a tent in 30-mile-an-hour winds, by the way, which was
30 miles an hour.
It was windy. I don't know how fast. There had to be gusts that were up to 30. Because as I checked the weather, I should have uploaded that video, because I took a video because I couldn't sleep because this wind is just whipping this tent around. And I took a video at like 3 o'clock in the morning of the tent just shaking. And all 3 kids are out cold.
Well, you brought Lincoln into me.
Well, when I took the video, he was still in there. Okay. And so that the whole thing's shaking. They're all sleeping. Lincoln did wake up at like 2 and wanted to go back in. He said he was scared, so he went back in. Grace made it until about 5:30. Kenzie never even woke up through the entire thing.
Like 10.
Yeah, she just slept out there.
She's got that like pre-teenager thing happening already.
Yeah, it reminded me of like basic training and stuff. We had like heavy canvas tents, so they really didn't shake like that much in the wind. No, this has the silly cover, the rain cover that just flaps in the wind. And anyway, long story short, very long night for me. And then in the morning we ended up taking Kittler into the vet. So that's where this video starts, is with Kittler at the vet. Actually, it starts a few years ago with Kittler's first appearance in a video.
On this episode of Our Wyoming Life, we feature the animals. A ranch without animals is, well, probably not a ranch. I guess it'd just be a big patch of land, and that's no fun. And this is Kittler. Deuce is wandering around here somewhere. He's the black cat. These are the cats that you see messing with me when we're trying to take video.
The shop was so clean.
I know, I was thinking that, because we're going to go clean the shop tonight.
So this is Kittler, obviously, when she was at the vet, and then when she came home, she was very drugged. But the bad part was that her leg was broken so badly that they ended up actually having to remove her leg. So Kittler is now a 3-legged cat. That is obviously her with a leg on that side. But I've never owned a 3-legged cat, so I really didn't know what to. I've seen 3-legged cats, but I've never owned one.
Yeah, and you can see her little white stash where she got her name. But yeah, so we could have plated it, and they could have tried to piece it back together. She's wearing a onesie so that she doesn't pick out her stitches. She's doing pretty good, actually. She is starting to get around. Yeah, she's gonna stay. Her name will stay Kittler. We won't rename her Tripod.
Tripod.
But yeah, so I mean, the vet very much said, we can try and fix this. She was broken in two places. And one place was shattered, and there was a piece of bone that was just floating, and it would have been quite extensive to try and put it back together on plates.
Extensive, not expensive. I mean, it would have been expensive too, but yeah.
And so recovery time and everything was going to be just actually like much faster for her to lose her leg. So we decided to go that route, and so that she can get feeling better sooner rather than the plating and hoping that works and that leg stays together. I would have hated to have put her through trying to fix it and then something happened down the road and that we have to eventually just take the leg off anyhow. So
yeah. But she does, I mean, she seems like she's in pretty good spirits. She's up and she's moving around. Look, if they cut off my leg one day, I can guarantee you the next day I wouldn't be hopping around looking for food.
Well, and even that night, we brought her in the house, and I put her in her bathroom and fed her and stuff, and she was jumping up and down on the platform bathtub. She was up there. She jumped up on the bed. She laid down on her broken leg, and so I was.
And her leg was just dangling there.
I was somewhat hopeful that it wasn't that bad of a break, because she didn't meow. She didn't act distressed. And she slept on top of me all night. She wanted to be really close, but she wasn't. She was fine,
right.
Behavior wise and stuff Friday night. So I was hopeful that it wasn't that bad of a break, that it was going to be able to be fixed.
You know what the first thing I said? They're going to end up cutting her leg off.
I know, and I was like, no, she's going to be fine.
James asked how she poops now, and that was actually one of my first questions to the vet. I was like, is she going to be able to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
And they said she should have no problem whatsoever.
And the onesie, it's on backwards, and so if you ever use onesies with your kids, where you snap it between their legs, that's where her head is at, and you cut a hole, you cut a little slit and put their head over. We start from the back end, because you put the tail through the neck, legs go through the armholes, and then you go up and over the head and snap it. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, we actually haven't seen the bill yet, because we picked her up. We took her in Saturday morning. It was during regular hours, because our vet is open on Saturdays. And then they didn't know if they were going to get to her. She didn't stay the night at all because she was stressed. And they had to sedate her to do x-rays. And then she woke up because they didn't get to her in time to do surgery, because they only have one vet on Saturday. But another vet came in, so the vet called me, and she's like, I'm going to go ahead and do her surgery. But she had woken up and was not happy, which we knew she wouldn't be.
No, why would she be?
So then they called after her surgery and was like, yeah, why don't you just come get her in a couple hours?
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, she's doing great today. She's been out of the bathroom. She's been wandering the house. She's been camping out in Kenzie's room for some reason. I think that's her little fortress of solitude. But
she did pee on her tail a little bit. We had to clean up her tail.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, nobody make her a fake leg. By the way, let's not go down the peacock route with the 3D printed leg. She's fine.
We do have leg problems.
Yeah. Well, that's because every animal has 4 legs. If we switch to 2-legged animals, we might be better off.
The peacock only had 2.
True. They have wings, so I don't know. Maybe that's a bad idea.
Yeah. So tripod kitties do really well. She'll be fine. That said, the only thing long term is that she'll get arthritis in the other hip sooner.
No, because she's using that one twice. Well, she's not using it twice as much, but she's using it to support the entire weight of her rear end minus a leg.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Tomorrow we get to take her bandage off so we can see the stump. Haven't seen the stump yet.
I don't know if I don't think there is a stump.
No, she told me she left a stump.
Oh, she left a stump. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. All right, cool.
Well, she said so it pads the hip.
Oh yeah,
So
so
she
yeah,
falls,
she's got
she's not falling on her
okay.
hip.
I remember them saying that. That's right.
Yeah, pay attention.
Sorry, my bad. All right, so yeah, so we now have a three-legged cat.
Kenzie today was funny. She's like, I just didn't think that Kittler would be the one to have 3 legs. I'm like,
Who did you think was going to have?
Who's gonna have 3 legs?
Did she have a premonition or something?
I don't know. I asked her that too, and I was like, well, who'd you think was gonna have 3 legs? Well, not Kittler. Well, who else? I never thought we'd have
funny.
a 3-legged. I never thought we'd have a 3-legged cat.
We had, so when Gilbert was alive, Gilbert had a cat named Fuzzy, and Fuzzy was one of Gilbert's pet cats. And I think it was our first year here.
That first winter.
Yeah, that very first winter, we took our dog, Lexi, out, who passed away this year as well. And we took her out to just take her out for a run,
She'd
right?
run, yeah. She was young and she would run.
And we thought, we found Fuzzy wrapped up in a woven wire fence.
Yeah, in the hayfield.
Yeah, she was all stuck in that fence, and I ended up cutting out the wire.
And her leg was all mangled.
Oh, it was just mangled. So she was a 3-legged cat.
Yeah, and we called Gilbert. Do you want us to take her to the vet? Oh no, she'll be fine.
Yeah, and her leg fell off, and she went on and did her
She had
thing.
a substantially larger, because she just lost it like below the elbow, right?
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
she had most of a leg.
Yeah.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. How's Goliath?
He's great. So we're weaning those guys off slowly. They're down to 1 bottle in the morning, 1 bottle at night. Peanut is not down with the whole weaning thing, but actually Goliath, I think he knows that the milk is what makes him not feel good. So he's pretty much fine. When he does get milk,
doesn't even drink the milk, will he?
well, he has been the last couple of days. I've started separating those guys when I feed them.
Yeah, I've seen.
Because but these guys haven't. So I'm separating them now when I feed them, and then Goliath occasionally gets a little bit of penicillin in with his bottle too, just to make sure that things are working.
It is helping.
Yeah. So he's doing great, and they're both eating the supplements or the calf manna or whatever that stuff is called, and everybody's doing great.
1/10 of an inch of rain this afternoon.
Oh yeah, we did. We got a little rain.
A little bit.
Mowing and gaming. Happy birthday. That's an interesting name. Mowing and gaming. You do that at the same time? Because take your laptop with you on the lawnmower. It might be fun.
Sounds dangerous.
Probably a little bit. All right. Let's answer a few questions, and then we will get into the next segment of our show, where we're going to talk about what's going to be happening tomorrow and next week. So. Let's see, how's Mackenzie's law enforcement patch coming? She's got a ton. I had to have a talk with her last night because she wants to put up more, and I said, we're going to have to get more cork boards. And so Grace now wants a cork board in her room with the patches on them.
Oh, cool.
And the patches have actually spread. I mean, there's fire department patches, there's
so
military patches flowing in, of course the police patches as well. So it's been pretty crazy with the patches. But yeah, I think
Mackenzie has decided that she doesn't want to be.
Yeah, so this is a story. I should have had Matt tell this story when he was here. But Mackenzie, she looks up to Matt. Matt is like her buddy. I won't say hero or idol or anything like that, but definitely that's the one that
good friends.
They're really good friends. They talk on the phone all the time. I mean, she talks to Matt sometimes. I'm talking about our moderator, Matt Fensel here, by the way, and they're good buddies. So for years, I think what originally drew Mackenzie to Matt is a former law enforcement officer. So Mackenzie wanted to be a cop from as early as I can remember, from the time she was as soon as she could tell us.
Yeah.
Right. And Matt was out here visiting for branding, and she was very nervous about Matt coming and visit because I have to have a sit down with Matt, and she had to sit down with Matt and explain to Matt that she did not want to be a police officer anymore, that she now wants to be a vet. Which has this whole other.
She tried to push me out of the way to get to Kittler out of the tent. Get out of my way! I'm the vet. It's like, you can't do anything, Mackenzie.
Yeah,
I appreciate her enthusiasm though for wanting to take care of the animals.
Exactly. So basically, she had to sit down with Matt and explain to him that she did not want to be a police officer anymore. So I that's what we were talking. That's what brought it up last night. Is I said, you still want people to send you patches or do you want to give them to somebody else who might, want? And she said, no, I still want patches. I still like police, but her big reason was, and you can't tell me that kids don't watch this crap that's happening in the world right now, because I asked her why she didn't want to be a police anymore, and she said, because if I'm a police, I might have to hurt somebody, and I don't want to have to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
So she sees stuff. I mean, she's old enough now. It's weird to hit that line with your kids when all of a sudden they're paying attention. They're ratting you out to grandma. You have to watch what you say around them, that kind of thing.
And it's, like we consume news, mostly on our mobile devices. We don't have cable. We don't sit and watch the news as a family like we did when I was a kid, or the news was always on, or the Weather Channel was always on. But obviously we discuss what's going on in the world and stuff, and it's been tough since the beginning of COVID to try and explain to kids these really big things that are happening in the world in a 9-year-old.
Sometimes you have to explain them to me.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot. But explain them in a 9-year-old appropriate way, and yeah. I mean, so we try and we're still able to shelter them a lot, which is great. But yeah, she does know to some extent what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, anyway, long story short, keep the patches coming. She still wants them. She's still a big fan of law enforcement. She believes that they're doing the right thing, just like her mom and dad do. So, can I say that?
We did. Yes, we support police officers.
Yeah, we do. And then funny story is, here's a funny story. This ties back to Matt too as well, but Matt sent me a Chicago police shirt. And
we will answer some questions.
We will, I swear to God. And I wore that shirt when we went over to South Dakota, and it was right in the middle of all this crap. And Erin looked at me and she's like, "Maybe you should put that shirt in the back of the closet for a little while." And then no more after that. I went into a place and I got crap from somebody about wearing the shirt. So it's just
not bad crap.
It's just
that's a hard job. And it's weird to be like, oh no, it's just.
It's not my job. It's somebody else. I just wear the shirt. I just have the T-shirt. It's not. I don't actually do it. What, are you kidding me? Yeah.
I'm like, that's a shirt.
Been there, done that. No. Yep.
That's a shirt to wear on the ranch.
Exactly. All right. Let's answer a few more questions. Sorry about that.
My great niece is 4 years old, and she explains COVID as the sickness. That's funny.
The sickness? Yeah, I would too. That's not too far off. Of course, there's a lot of things you could say is part of the sickness right now. We won't go there. Let's see.
Does Mackenzie explain things to you? Yeah, Mackenzie does. We were looking for one of the kittens the other day. Megan was out here and she wanted to see the kittens. Mackenzie, as she's walking up to Grammy's, and Megan and I are looking for the cat. You just need to go look for her. She's the queen of Captain Obvious.
Yep, that she is.
But it's funny. I enjoy Mackenzie's explanations of things.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
The big ice cube is good.
Oh, the big ice cubes rock. Yeah, the Dunhams they were in mail call last week. The big ice cube. Actually, the big ice cubes are nice because I can bring the entire 6-pack with me, and but I haven't had to replace one yet. These things are huge though. These are giant.
Oh, they're great.
Giant ice cubes. Just for an idea of scale, they're big.
Do you still like the new truck?
Yeah, I like the truck. I've caught a lot of crap about it, but I'm not really like a Ford, Chevy, Dodge guy. I'm not really a huge fan of Dodge just because I have a lot of friends that have Dodges that don't like them. But I've never been, like a brand hog or snob on anything really. And everybody, the only real crap that I've gotten is because it is a GMC, and everybody's like, "Oh, I thought you were a Ford guy," and all this other kind of stuff. Like, really, I'm just whatever gets in and starts in the morning kind of guy. Plus, I got tired of looking at a Ford's hood.
In all reality, every vehicle that we've bought has been a GM.
That we've purchased, yeah. Gilbert bought Fords. Gilbert bought John Deere's. If I found a good deal on a tractor that's a good tractor and I needed a tractor, I wouldn't care if it's a John Deere or what it is.
Yeah.
As long as the darn thing works for what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's my main thing. If you're Polaris, if you're Honda, if you're whatever, if I can start it up and go and do my job, then that's what matters to me. Everything like that is a tool.
Yeah.
So whether it's a 4-wheeler, a rifle, whatever, they're all tools and part of the ranch that you have to have a tool that works. Yeah. And that's the most important thing. You can't have a tool that breaks every 5 minutes, or else it doesn't do you any good.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's do an update really quick on the EPP fundraiser that happened this week. If you missed it, if you're not following Edible Prairie Project on Facebook, you probably did miss it. But you guys did a big old fundraiser with YO Gives this week.
Yeah, so Wednesday was YO Gives Day. It was a statewide day of giving. I think there was like 120 organizations throughout the state that participated, nonprofit organizations, and there was 10 in Campbell County that participated. We set a goal of $5,000. We raised $7,030.
Wow.
So we raised our goal twice. We raised it to $6,000, met that goal, raised it to $7,000, and squeaked it out by the end of the day. So I know some people on here donated. Thank you guys very much for participating in that. You can follow us on Facebook at Edible Prairie Project, or if you go to our website, edibleprairieproject.org, you'll get a pop-up and you can sign up for our newsletter if you want to know what's going on with Edible Prairie Project. So,
Right.
Everyone was very generous. We they had a leaderboard, which was we thought we had to. So we'd received some donations and some matching donations and stuff from some supporters, from some board members, from our bank that we bank with beforehand. But there was an L. Bogan Foundation grant that was going to be available to everybody who raised $755, I think, through the platform. And it was only a 24-hour day of giving, and you had to make donations through their platform, yogives.org, to get that $755. Megan and I were like very much preparing that we were not going to receive $755 because we'd gotten some checks and some other support, and that didn't count towards that match. So we were just really hopeful that we would get $755, so that money would be doubled, and so it would be $1,500. And then, we ended up getting $7,000. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How are the Twills better than rubber? Are you done talking about EPP? I don't mean.
Oh, we ranked 20th in the state.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And especially for being a first-year nonprofit,
Yeah, I mean,
basically.
we're about 18 months old now, but we haven't even had our number.
What about in the county?
Third in Campbell County.
Wow, that is
awesome. that was really exciting. And there was a lot of organizations that did really well in Campbell County. And it's not a competition or anything. Everybody, I'm thankful for all the support that all the organizations throughout the state received. It's great to see people still supporting nonprofits during this time. But it was just really nice to see our names on the leaderboard.
That is really cool.
And it's nice to see, we know we're doing good work and stuff. And it, people tell us that, but we need money. I mean, that's just the reality. So it's nice when we ask for money when people do give us money. So
yeah, exactly. Well, you guys have a lot going on too.
We do. I had to go pick up bread today.
Yep. From McKinley Fire and Lego, are the Twills better than regular rubber tires? Ride-wise, everything like that, I can't tell a whole lot of difference. So I can't say they're better for the ride. I can say they're more expensive, of course, but they do last longer, and you can get them retread, and they don't go flat. So for those reasons, I would say that they're better than regular tires. But it is one of those things that you have to do what's right for you. They're not going to fit into every operation, not going to fit into every budget either. But they are something that it's gonna save the ranch money in the long run.
And time.
I can tell you though, if we had to buy them and they weren't given to us by Michelin to test, there's no way we could have afforded the upfront cost probably to get them. If I would have came to you and said, I want to buy new tires for the Gator, and they cost $600 a piece, twice as much as a regular tire, and I want to put these on. Now they may last, for the rest of the life of the Gator.
I can see having them on the Gator. You don't use the Bobcat, I think, enough to justify it.
But I always have flats in the Bobcat because I'm running through trash.
But if you were a contractor, I would say absolutely yes. But the piece of equipment that gets the most use around here is the Gator. And when you're down a Gator during calving time, that's difficult.
Right.
I mean, it's nice to not have to mess with tires. I mean, we got a lawnmower tire that you have to put air in it all the time.
Yeah. One of those things.
And we have a four-wheeler that has a flat tire right now, too.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
That four-wheeler's had a flat tire for 2 years, though.
Okay, well, let's take it off and take it to town and get it fixed.
Sometimes it's easier just to go put some air in it. All right, let's see. How's the broken leg calf? Doing great. I actually saw him the other day when I was out there caking, and he came running through. He's not very friendly, that's for sure. But
why would he be?
Yeah, he's not friendly, but he moved right through. So, also, I want to congratulate you guys on buying all the VIP tickets. We sold the we're out of VIP tickets for Ranch Roundup this year. They are gone.
It's freezing in here. I'm turning off the air conditioner.
Well, it's right there. Just reach up there and hit the button.
It's also right here.
Okay. Everything's on your phone nowadays. So yeah, so no more VIP tickets for Ranch Roundup, but I can tell you that regular ticket sales are not going really crazy right now. So you can, I have a feeling that this year's Ranch Roundup, if you can be here, is going to be more, say intimate, but more, a close-knit type affair than originally we planned for 250 people to be here, but I don't think it's going to be that. I think we're going to be around that 100 people mark, and it's going to be much more of a laid-back kind of hangout type of thing, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, James, we did get your hand sanitizer. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Did I not email you back? I thought I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think before COVID happened, we were planning on 300 this year. Public health orders say 250, so we're like, great, we'll do 250, not a big deal. I think we'll probably sell 100 to 125 tickets. But this will be if we do this again, this will be the smallest Ranch Roundup ever.
Yeah, if we do it next year, obviously we hope that it's able to do something a little bit, bigger next year. Hopefully, would be the big plan.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're done with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think as the channel continues to grow, like the demand will be there for more people that will want to attend, and so we'll try and accommodate that. And we're getting a lot of feedback, and just people don't feel comfortable traveling, and that's fine. We understand that, but yeah, this will probably be the smallest Ranch Roundup that we will ever have. So if you can make it, there's not a lot of COVID in Wyoming, not a lot of health restrictions. You don't have to wear a mask. Please,
Well, we're outside, and
we're outside. Ghost ticket sales are great, though.
Yeah, so because so many people can't make it, and that wanted to make it, that want to support the event, we decided to offer ghost tickets this year. So if you, and this actually came from last year, really, because we had regular tickets. We had people buying regular tickets and then telling me they weren't coming.
Yeah, don't do that.
So they were like, we're going to buy it. So you're basically taking a ticket away from somebody else that wants to come because we had a limited number of tickets, right? And it's even happening this year, just to let you know.
Don't do that. But we appreciate you guys, but there's ghost tickets for a specific reason. And so Mike just has to continuously keep messing with the inventory of the tickets on the back end of things.
Yeah. So yeah, if ghost tickets are there, if you can't make it but you want to support the event, and the big plan is that all the ghost ticket holders, your name will be on a banner that's right up at the stage that we're getting done. You're going to get special mentions throughout the event, stuff like that. That's going to be pretty cool. And then I kind of have this, I have an idea for a live stream during the event that hopefully we can get some of the ghost people involved in, so you guys can feel like you're there even though you're not there. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. So and if you're a Patreon supporter, keep an eye on your Patreon mailbox, because we have a special deal coming out for Patreon members as well. So because we are a smaller event this year, we can kind of do things and have some fun with it, and be able to go above and beyond. And nobody's going to be hanging out or sleeping in our basement or anything like that, but we are going to have a more intimate event than we originally planned to do. So I think it's going to be very cool.
Ghost tickets will be on sale until August 15th or something?
Something like that. We're going to cut off ghost ticket sales at one point just so we can get the banner there as well. And then if you donate items to the event, I know James donated the hand sanitizer to the event, we'll get your name on the banner for that as a special supporter, things like that. So I think that's more than fair. So
if you can make it, I mean, please try and come. I think it's going to be, we have a lot of stuff planned. I think it's going to be a really nice event. Yeah, I mean, and then, Christy can talk about this, Matt can talk about it. COVID in Wyoming is just a lot different. Jeff has been here.
Yeah.
I think people are still being careful, and we obviously need to take it serious and whatnot, but, there's 1,600 confirmed cases in the whole state. So,
what it is.
Our numbers are just not, we just don't have the numbers that denser populations have, and, being outside and stuff, I think we're going to be relatively okay.
Yeah.
So...
I agree.
And you can find bleach at the grocery store.
Apparently that's a big thing. I didn't even know bleach was something you couldn't get a hold of.
Restaurants are open for dine-in. Walmart does close at 8:30, which is super annoying when you think you need a cat cone and you can't go get a cat cone and you have to borrow one from Megan.
Which we didn't even use anyway.
I don't know. What else is happening here? We're going back to school.
Oh yeah, they've said we're
Yeah,
going back to
we're going
school.
back to
You know,
school.
obviously, I mean, our governor is a great guy, Mark, and he's been, you know, kind of playing the fence a little bit. But I think you know, there's a lot of, you know, get back to real life type of thing happening around here. I hope.
If you drive through South Dakota, you're responsible for yourself. She's a great governor too. Just, you know, people need to take their own responsibility and take care of your own health. If you can't come, absolutely stay home. But
Exactly.
you know, we believe in personal responsibility here. So
You do what you do. One of the things that obviously has been a big change this year at the Ranch Roundup is the stage. If you were at Ranch Roundup last year, we literally threw that stage together in like the afternoon. Remember, Nick
I
came
was so
down.
irritated
You were
with
so
that
mad at
stage.
that.
I was like, we have other shit to do.
Yeah, you were so mad, and I was like, I want a backdrop. I don't want to look at the, you know, whatever in the
I was
background.
just like, this is so unnecessary. We have so much other things to do.
I know you were mad. So this year I had to get on it ahead of time. This year.
Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
Hey, I'm trying to do a lot of stuff ahead of time, actually. So we have been, and you saw Lincoln help me in the last video as we built the stage. I actually finished it today, and I have a nice little montage for you because after the video, I'm going to tell you where we're going to pick up with this coming up tomorrow. So I have a nice little montage here for you. A friend of ours, a friend of the channel, Nicholas James, I think is his name. Actually, him and his band did the music for the little montage. So check it out.
Tell me a lie. I wanna love and I want it now. Fake it away. Say it loud, I could believe somehow. We could be friends. We could be more if you wanted to. If you could stand being with someone who betrayed of you. Been wandering round and searching for a place to fall. There's a time for us, I know we could have it all. If you stay for a while, I will show you I can make the call. I know we could have it all. How many times will you deny before you break my heart? Out of my mind, out of time I will be torn apart. Been wandering around and searching for a place to fall. There's a time for us, I know we could have it all. If you stay for a while, I will show you I can make the call. I know we could have it all.
So there we go. The wall is done. The doors are installed. A little swing door type thing. I got to figure out some sort of latch thing for it. But the plan is that tomorrow morning we are going to do another Monday morning meetup, and it's going to be the live version. We're doing that every other week. So tomorrow morning at 9:30 we'll be meeting up for our Monday morning meetup, and we are going to actually finish that wall with a couple more ornamental type things that we're going to put up and finish the wall up, and then we'll talk about what's coming up for this week, and maybe we'll go cake the cows or something. I don't know.
Is there service back there?
I don't have any service back there. Never mind, that's not going to work. We'll figure out something else to do. But I do like it. We are planning on putting, I saw somebody ask about supports, diagonal supports. The plan is once it's out of the garage there, out of the barn, when it's out set up, we are going to have to put some diagonal supports that come down just in case we do get some wind. I don't want that whole thing to just
like, where are we
blow
gonna
off.
Put that? Like, it almost has to stay in the barn until
It's time. It'll have to stay in the barn. Yeah, so it's kind of going to take up some room, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
because it will be windy. But Thank you everyone who's already purchased Ranch Roundup tickets or Ghost tickets. You can find them on our website, ourwyominglife.com. So.
Right there on the front page, there's a button you click and it says, get your tickets for Ranch Roundup. So
hopefully you guys can come.
Yep, that would be super cool. And taking a look at the weather outside, I can't do it because it's not working. Never mind.
Never work.
I don't know why that never works. It just doesn't. See, now it'll pop back. See, now it's back. But if I hit it again, let's just try cutting it. Oh, wait a minute, now I lost my mouse. Bang, gone. See, just doesn't work.
We can see it on our preview screen.
Yeah. Go to the website and you can see that view as well while you're at the website. The webcam looking off to the south. Matt said it will be in the way in the barn. It will be in the way in the barn, but that's okay. It can be in the way for a while. It'll fit somewhere.
Where the fire truck's at?
Maybe if we let the air out of the tires, back it in slowly, we'll figure out something.
Thank you, Tom, for the super chat. Calling me out last week embarrassed me enough to join Patreon.
Really?
We didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, no problem. I was going to check. Somebody asked about the rain today. How much rain did we get today?
9/100.
9/100. So
almost a 10.
For the year, we are now at
4.1.
No, we're a little bit more than that, I think. For the entire year, 4.31 inches of rain for the entire year. So,
woohoo!
looks like a swimming pool around here.
So dry.
No doubt. All right. Oh, don't forget the jackalope. Oh yeah, hold on. There we go. Pig cam, if they'll stay in the pen. Actually, Russell, I am working on a pig camera.
You're not working on it.
Well, I'm not working on it, but I have a camera sitting over here somewhere that was sent to us by Reolink. Reolink is the manufacturer of the camera that we have out here. I actually paid for that one, and then they found out that we used their camera for the webcam, so they said, hey, would you want another webcam camera? So they sent us this camera, which they're now bugging me to put up. I've gotten an email from them already, and they said, when are you going to put that camera up that we sent to you for free? Do need to run some wire. But yeah, that was my plan, is to put it up as a pig camera, but we do have to run some Ethernet cable and get internet out there. The bacon cam, there you go, that's a good idea. I like the bacon cam.
Yeah.
That could be in the farm store. There's no bacon in the farm store anyway. So, yeah.
Out of bacon. Out of steaks.
Is the burn ban still on? Oh yeah, it will be for quite a while.
It's going to go away in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a burn ban in place until we have a significant snowfall. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. M. Weber asked about the hay plan. I know, a loose plan. Yeah, I mean, it is. We have a call in now with Tom, who's one of our truck drivers. He's looking for hay for us. We are going to need to buy hay within the next month or so, because we have steers that are obviously going to be on hay while they're in the corrals on grain. So I just fed the last one of those like yesterday or day before or something like that. So they will definitely need some hay.
Yeah, it's hot too. It's in the 90s. We had a few days of not so hot weather, 80s, and then 90s. Forecast is just nothing but 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, the garden's behind, so it's helping the garden catch up.
The hot weather. So, well, yeah, because you water the garden. So
yeah.
Christy asked what the name of the hotel is for the Ranch Roundup. It's Towers West Lodge is where we're actually doing our live stream. They do have a block of rooms set up for you. I do encourage people to look around the area, though, because there are, while that hotel is very convenient, if you're going to go to the live stream and be a part of the live audience and all that kind of stuff, there are cheaper hotels, literally like right next door.
Well, yeah, but if you're gonna drink and have a good time Friday night, stay at Towers.
Yeah, true. That's worth the extra 10. And really, if you look at a hotel, like, it's $10 difference.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not like huge.
And there's a restaurant, and there's a bar, and there's a swimming pool, and like, it's a nice hotel. I mean, I understand, like, you know, everyone has a budget, but
exactly.
Did your neighbor have any hay for sale? No, nobody has hay in Campbell County. Nobody has hay in Northeast Wyoming.
Yeah. We're basically looking into South Dakota, Nebraska, that kind of thing for hay, and that's where hay gets you, is the trucking costs. So we've been down this road many times. You can go back and watch one of those. I don't want to talk about it.
Will bacon be back in stock for Ranch Roundup? No,
it's not, is it?
No,
because we can't. Yeah.
Our next pigs are not being processed till April.
Yeah.
You want to talk about processing? It's not good.
No, it's a mess.
We will have some more beef back in stock, though, for Ranch Roundup.
We will. We will have full freezers.
If if Sturgis gets it done in time. We'll have a full beef freezer. We will not have a full pork freezer. I almost guarantee we are going to completely sell out of pork before we get pork back.
You think? Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Yes, and we've already purchased our next round of piglets who have not even been born yet.
Not even.
And I have scheduled them for processing.
I promised a few people, I don't know if Matt dropped or let the cat out of the bag, but we have a new segment coming up tonight that we would like to share with you guys. It was actually Erin's idea for a brand new segment for the live streams. If you guys like it, we'll keep it around, but we'll do it once. We'll see how it goes. And we even made a nice little intro for it.
Hey BBD and today's best hits. 5 o'clock in the big city, and as you get ready for your commute back home from work, today is my last day with you here on your little speakers. My new bride and I are headed to Wyoming to check out the family ranch. For now, this is Mike signing off the old FM. Wish us luck as we head into a whole new and unknown life in the West. But it's not over yet. Today we get a chance to play Mike Reads on Our Wyoming Life. Products mentioned are not sponsored or endorsed by Our Wyoming Life in any shape or form.
Erin hasn't seen that. You haven't seen it. It'll be shortened down, but that was just the initial
There's
one.
a long black screen. I was like,
You haven't seen it with sound. See, we don't get to hear these things when we do them, so you haven't seen the whole intro with sound.
Is there sound happening during that black screen?
Yes, there is. There's radio tuning sounds happening, but it is long. You're right. So the other day, I can't remember what we were doing. We were sitting at I was reading something.
What were you reading?
I don't remember.
The mail or something?
Yeah, I was reading something out of the mail, and you said we should do that during live stream.
So you should read stuff.
Just read stuff
in
during
your
live
radio
stream.
Voice.
Just random stuff, right? Like whatever. So if you have something that you would like to be read by me, and because a lot of people say, can you do the radio voice? I even get it like in person when people meet me. They're like, can you do the radio voice just for a little while? And so we decided.
You did it at Ranch Roundup last year.
I think I did, yeah. And people want to hear it. So I think I was just goofing around. And so if you have something you would like to be read in radio voice, then you can send it to Erin at ourwyominglife.com, and she will filter through them and deem one worthy, and we'll do it next time we do this. But Erin did come up with one. This is actually a vintage ad from I think it's like the 50s or something like that, that she thought might be a good one to start out with. So let's take a look here. I just hate doing this on cue. I need the microphone to pull around. I should bring a mic over. Thank you for whoever ordered something just then. Let's see here. Don't be skinny. Look better by adding desired pounds the easy way, without pads, exercise, or fishy oils. If you are thin, skinny, and underweight because of your poor eating habits, and if you want to look better by adding on desired pounds and inches of welcome weight, try Weight On. Gaining the weight you want may be easier than you think and may change your whole outlook on life. This had to be from like the 40s or 50s, right? Because like,
oh yeah, the graphics look like very 50s.
Yeah, exactly. Scientifically processed, Waste On is chock full of weight-gaining calories, vitamins, minerals, iron, quick energy elements, whatever those are, and other weight-gaining nutrients. Weight On is pleasant to take, easy for normal systems to digest, and converts into wanted pounds. Your cheeks, your bust line, your hips, your thighs, and your entire body should take on weight. Truly, Weight On may be easy.
That's just too long.
Weight On may easily help you look better without looking thin. This was a problem.
Melissa Curtin says her sister used that in the late 60s. She was just skinny by genetics. Grace could use some of that.
Grace could use some of that, yeah.
Just eat pizza. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, if you have
never had a problem gaining weight.
No, why? Who has this problem? Actually, I think I did. I did when I was a kid. Like I remember wanting to weigh 150 pounds in high school. Like I was like, I need to hit 150 pounds.
You were like 115. How was that going to happen?
I don't know, but I was really, really thin all the way through high school. And then I remember the year I joined the military, I weighed 150 pounds. That was like a big thing.
Good for you.
And I weighed 150 pounds for the next until I met you. And then, like, something broke. I don't know what it was. I don't know if just you were the first person I ever met that knew how to cook. Maybe. Might have been it, because I survived on Oreos and Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, you ate so bad.
Then things started going downhill, and I gained 20 pounds fast. So I said 20, 30, 50. I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know how much I weigh.
No, I
So yeah. So if you have something you'd like to hear read on the live stream, it could be anything. I really don't care. I actually honestly thought about bringing up just like the cereal box or a phone book or something and just reading that. I mean, there you go. I'd like to try some of the weight off. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
See, Zach was skinny too until he got married. But his mother, he blames it on his mother-in-law. That's smarter than blaming it on your wife, isn't it? Damn it. Should have done that.
As soon as people asking about my toe, it's fine. It's achy some days. What?
Is this going to be when you're like 70 years old and you're going to be sitting with your grandkids telling them about your toe from back in the COVID days?
The internet was asking about my toe. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Yeah, I mean it aches sometimes. It goes days really, and it doesn't hurt, and then
You actually had a doctor come out to the farm store and consult you on your toe.
No, I didn't. So we have a doctor and his wife that shop at the farm store frequently, and she was out this week.
Oh, it was her. Okay.
Yeah, and he works at the hospital actually, but she was like, he'll treat you guys if you need to see a doctor. I'm like, well, my toe's better.
Is that what she said? We just call her up and be like, hey doc,
can I get an appointment?
Can I get a house call? Do doctors still do house calls? I don't know. Could we pay him in like eggs and meat and stuff?
Maybe.
That could work out well, actually.
I don't think it was that bad of a break. Like, really, within a few days, the bruising went away. It just aches sometimes. It bothered me Friday night, like in bed for some reason. It was just achy.
It was like rubbing on the covers.
Sometimes. And sometimes it'll be fine all day long, and then, like, end of the day, like, I'll put my shoe on, and it's just like, oh, yeah, you broke your toe.
David said you'll be able to tell the weather.
I don't know if it was that bad of a break. And I'm going with that I'm young enough that it's going to be fine.
Yeah. You do have a nice tan, by the way.
You want to see my watch tan?
Well, yeah, I have that tan. No, I think I'm whiter than you are, though. See.
Oh yeah, you're kind of fluorescent.
Yeah. I would work without my shirt on more, but I think I would just fry.
Oh yeah, you need some sunscreen.
Yeah. And you wear sunscreen.
I wear sunscreen.
Yeah, I'm horrible at putting on sunscreen.
I wear sunscreen every day.
Yeah.
Especially on my face. Because we don't need no wrinkles. I've got enough of those already.
Oh yeah. Give the doctor a cow as a retainer. Yeah, no doubt. We could theoretically with COVID, and I want people to go back to buying beef from a local person. That you're gonna have to buy it out of their back, off the South 40, and they're gonna bring it up to the barn and butcher it for you. Eventually, yeah, doctors will be doing house calls again and dragging a CAT scan machine, I guess, around on their truck. But who knows?
Wyoming tans will last most of the winters, not like the beach. Yeah, I'll have a tan get through Christmas. You'll be able to see it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then I'll start hanging out in the high tunnel in February. So.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Alrighty, guys.
And vitamin D is good against COVID. I read that today again.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
People that go outside do better with COVID than if you stay locked inside your house.
Well, that's good because I go outside every day.
Every day.
A lot outside. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. If you, like I said, if you want to have something read on Mike's reads, if you'd like us to continue it, it wasn't much of a reaction. It was kind of like, maybe it's not that good of a segment.
Maybe come up with something better.
Yeah, maybe we can come up with something better. But if you do like it, you'd like to see something or have something read until we come up with something better, email it to Erin@ourwyominglife.com.
There's been a couple requests for Paul Harvey's God Made a Farmer. I don't think that you can do that.
I mean, I could, but I mean,
it just won't be as good, guys.
No. I'm not Paul Harvey. I don't think I could do it. But who knows?
Yeah, there's not really much competing with Paul Harvey. So, let's set the bar a little lower.
Does Paul Harvey have a younger brother or somebody that we can start with?
I love you, but you're not Paul Harvey.
I know. If Paul Harvey was here, she'd be all over him. She can't control herself around old hairy white men. She just can't do it. Big eyebrows, drive her crazy.
You're gonna be that someday.
I know, right? I think I'm slowly turning into Gilbert. At some point, eventually.
Yeah, now you got a three-legged cat.
I know I got a three-legged cat. Yeah.
You did something the other day that it was like, that's like Gilbert.
What did I do?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank everyone for the super chats, everyone who's purchased ghost tickets, everybody who's purchased in-person tickets for Ranch Roundup.
Yeah, it's gonna
be here soon.
It's gonna be here. How many days do we have anyway? I don't know. Somebody look that up. But
Not enough.
it's coming up right around the bend. Tomorrow morning on the Our Wyoming Life channel, we will be there for a live Monday morning meetup where we come on live. I come on live. Erin's probably going to be in the garden or something. Last one I did, you were in the garden, and I said, "Hey, can I come visit you?" And you said no. So, but yeah, we're going to do that live at 9:30 Mountain Time tomorrow.
I might be around. I have veggie baskets tomorrow for EPP, so I have to pick a lot of produce tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So maybe we'll come visit you and see what's up. And thank you to our moderators. Lori Habel, Matt Fensel, William Dunn, Bill the Tractor Man, Zach Hewitt here with us tonight. Thank you guys for keeping us all in line. They have an electronic cattle prod that's actually rigged up to the internet that we tape to our ankles. And when we do something wrong, they can actually shock us. It's crazy. You'll see us jump occasionally. Thank you guys.
You guys tell Mackenzie weird stuff like that all the time. And I'm like, you got to quit lying to our kids.
What was the last? I don't remember what I said to her last time. You yelled at me. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Oh, well. Alrighty, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow morning as we get things rolling on the ranch and the vlogs happening 5 days a week on the Our Wyoming Life channel. Thank you, Jams. And we'll see you next weekend back here on Sunday, 7 p.m. You want to go for midnight? I mean, what the hell? Make the days even longer.
Maybe 10 o'clock.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a great night. We'll see you next time.